Now let's turn to the defensive side of the ball. And this is not a long conversation when you're talking about surefire building blocks. First of all, you've got a man that I believe is the best defensive end in all of the National Football League in Maxx Crosby. In Matt, I've been doing this for decades. I have never seen, now I want you to hear what I'm about to say, because I've been around a lot of great ones, as you know. I have never seen a superstar like Maxx Crosby who practices the way that he practices outside of two guys, and neither one of them were from the sport of football. Think about that one. And that was Irvin and Kobe. And I had a privilege of watching both of them practice. So I know this firsthand. I'm not taking people's word for it. Uh, excuse me. And Michael Jordan, I forgot about that too. Those are the three players that I equate Maxx Crosby to. I had a privilege of watching Michael Jordan practice in Minneapolis, Minnesota one time. I had the privilege of watching Kobe in a private session one time, and Irvin in private sessions multiple times. And these guys are all like Max. They're superstars who in practice, you can't tell it's not a game. They make everybody around them better. And again, I mentioned Devontae's that guy now, but they're just that mindset. I'm attacking the football field. I've watched Crosby. I mean, I put video of it up. He's running sprints with wide receiver and winning sprints. And he just practices that way. I would not trade him if I was the Raiders. He would be one of the few players on my team. There is no way I trade him for anybody or anything. I think he's the best in the league. Your thoughts on Max?
I think he does it all. He obviously wreaks havoc as a pass rusher, but what you see is that he's able to defend the run. He brings the effort, the intangibles that you're looking for, brings the leadership. I think that I don't know him personally. I just know his story, his background story, what he's been candid about sharing about some of his past issues and how he overcame them. And I think that no, taking that into account and you telling me what he's like up close and personal, I think that kind of spurred the drive and spurs the approach he takes to football, where everything is all out. There's no time for me to kind of go, you know, half speed on something or take a play or two off or take a rep off. He's all out. That's how his approach is, and that's why he's gone from a fourth round pick to a franchise guy, one of the best in the league. He is, like you said, he is the building block on defense for the Raiders, and should continue to be for years to come. And I think the key for them is who else is going to be a building block with him. You have to start to figure it out in 2023. There's a couple of
Great
names.
point.
There's a couple of guys that could be in that mix, but you have to kind of sort through and see if they have what it takes and if they're going to be there for the long haul.
Yeah, I totally agree. You talk about that, and I know Max both as a player and I know him personally. I'm back all the way to Eastern Michigan, and I just love the guy. There's literally not one thing about him not to love as a person. I mean, again, total building block.